make three quick points, not very quick, but I just hope
Take
people
your time.
keep their cool and just don't interrupt me. I know my friend Sandeep won't, but about the others, I can't be sure. So now there are three angles to it. One is political, diplomatic, and security. On the diplomatic angle, I think we are being a little too harsh on the Arab world, simply because there are two or three reasons why the Arabs have reacted the way they have. One, I think it was a lot of propaganda which happened, and they found that they had to respond because it was allegedly an act of blasphemy, and for them it was a political issue also, that if they did not respond, they would have some issues. So they remonstrated, they protested, they did what they did. The second issue for the Arab world was that, look, they have scrupulously, over at least the last 15, 20 years, I can say, they have scrupulously avoided any kind of comment on India's internal affairs. I won't say that about Iran, but it's certainly true of the Arab world. And the reason why they don't say it is, and this was informed to me by a colleague of mine today, because they have their own skeletons in the cupboard, and they say that, look, you handle your affairs the way you want to handle it. We don't want to interfere. But in this particular case, what happens is that because of the large diaspora, especially the Pakistani lot, who create problems out there, they feel that some of the social tensions in India can creep into their countries and create a law and order problem. So they have to be seen to be acting. The third issue is, of course, an emotional issue, which I completely understand, but also somewhat ill-informed, because I think that all this alleged blasphemy which Nupur Sharma is being accused of, either you say Zakir Naik is equally culpable for that blasphemy, or you say that Nupur Sharma, maybe she said something she should not have said the way she said it, but to say that she blasphemed, I think it's a little over the top.
Let's not get into
Now, this
that,
is the diplomatic angle. So I don't really, so that's why I don't want to get into that debate. But there is the political angle. The political angle is that ever since the Modi government has come in, because you can't defeat them politically,
Correct.
you have sought external intervention. You have sought it from the Europeans, you have sought it from the Americans, you have sought it from the Arab world. The Pakistanis have been trying to agitate the Arab world that you please intervene in India because of this, anti-Muslim policies, etc., Kashmir. The Arab world and the Muslim world, by and large, has stayed away from it, right? This time, an issue happened, and both within, people got a handle to beat up the government with, and outside, Pakistan used it and lashed onto it. And finally is the security angle, which is the Al-Qaeda angle. Now, Al-Qaeda, like any other opportunistic organization, has cashed in on an emotional issue. It's not that the Al-Qaeda was not having India in its crosshairs. It's not as though Al-Qaeda has been keeping quiet over the last many years and not been issuing threats. But look, let's face it, the Al-Qaeda, at least as far as India is concerned, is not even in double digits. And I'm giving you figures from the security forces. Should we take this threat seriously? Certainly take it seriously, because it is a terrorist organization. It has inimical aims as far as India is concerned. But should we be, getting all head up about it? I don't think so. I think, as a former general Dhillon said once, Tiny Dhillon said once, कितने गाजी आए और कितने गाजी मारे गए, वो हमारे को पता है. So I'm not so terrified of these, clowns, Al-Qaeda and these other fellows. So, but nevertheless, there is the social tensions within India will become a kind of a lightning rod for all these groups to try and exploit the situation.
For them, yes.
Get recruits.
Sushant.
The ISIS
Sushant,
tried
for
it,
them, yes.
Al-Qaeda tried it, many of the Indian jihadist groups are trying it. So I think
we separate the two. I say the external part is one, but what Sandeep wrote about today was more the internal part. Was more people who feel that this is an opportunity to cue the narrative or tilt the narrative in a certain direction. So the more you extrapolate out of the Nupur Sharma controversy, the more you drag it, right? The more you hype it, then you can play down everything else. You can play down the economic recovery. You can play down our GDP figures. You can play down everything else.